Boys is getting quiet. Go on and get crunk. Head back to Longview, Kelly popping trunk. I ain't even tripping. Riding and I'm sipping. Let me come through, 4-4, steady tipping. On that new lap. Watch the trunk crack. Let me sit sideways, CB running back. Maybe AP, maybe AD. I ain't even tripping cause we some athletes. Messing with Smitty in the summertime. He get pissed if we don't make our time. But we gon' get it cause we gotta finish. Nebraska horn hustlers, man, we diminish. Put them boys little, paint like a skittle. I ain't even tripping, I ain't never double dribble. Cause I'm a player.
Let me sit sideways, man. Let me back go. Let me go low. Sit the code in, I gotta kill a code. Let me sit sideways in the big man. Oh, you boys, they my brothers, they my friends.
What's up? Fullback you, man. The road to recovery begins today. Rufus and Jarrail. How are y'all feeling, sirs?
I'm good. How you doing?
Oh, well, I ended our season with a win. I ended our season with a win. So
PC did not. I ended
PCO
up
did not
with an L. Hell no, we had a huge L.
Hey, but y'all coming along though, man. Y'all coming along. Y'all getting a lot of people's respect.
Coming along, bro.
As a program,
we ain't coming along. Bro, we ain't coming along yet. We're long ways off of coming along.
I see positive strides. That's what I'm saying.
Y'all made strides though, man. Y'all made strides.
Hey, man. No, look, y'all ain't gonna convince me. Like people try to convince me about this OU stuff and all that. No, you cannot convince. I'm not gonna put lipstick on a pig.
I've got that's a Louisiana ass comment if I've ever heard.
Yeah, that sure is.
Yep. I mean, again, like I'm saying, I'm not going to sit there and watch games that we should win and say that we made strides. We may have made strides as a program with players, but there's some strides that should have been made that shouldn't have, things that happen in games that should not have happened.
The very unfortunate part is y'all called it. You know, you're right. Y'all called a lot of the shit that happened in the game. What was you going to say, Jay?
I mean, you got to learn how to win. Rufus, what was your take? What was your take from yesterday? Let's start with Rufus. Let's see what Rufus. Let's get it out the way.
My take from yesterday was, I think Lincoln Riley don't know how to grind out a game. We look like Texas Tech OU. There's no rhyme and reason why you run the ball. There's no, hey, they're playing with two high safeties. Let's run the ball and make them bring the other safety down so we can guarantee that play action works. If you're averaging 4 yards a carry, well, that means you should run the ball 3 times, get 12 yards. But nope, we're going to run the ball 1 time. If it's off schedule and we get 2 yards, it shows Lincoln Ross 70%, 80% of the time, he's going to throw the ball the next 2 downs. Play action don't work if you don't give him no action back there. You don't give him no run game. The Baylor played cover 2, cover 4 damn near the whole entire game. They kept 2 safeties high, and that's why the kid wasn't letting the ball rip to players that could have been out there. Because he sees 2 safeties. He sees the cornerbacks and the running with the wide receivers, and nothing looks easy to throw. He's a true freshman.
Exactly. A 5-star freshman, still a freshman. And what you just said, Ruth, you have to grind that game out. If they're playing 2 deep, 4 deep, you have to run the ball. You have to check down. You have to hit quicks and intermediates. You have to. There's no way you can chunk the ball deep like post routes. And before I go to you, Jarrail, and I'm a running back, but I almost became content with if we don't beat people at wide receiver, we're just not going to beat people. If we don't beat people, especially on the outside wide receivers, we just don't win the game.
And to me, that's been a shock. The wide receiver core has not, like, to me, as a whole, like, they ain't played well at all whatsoever. You know, they haven't had no explosive plays and all that. Even with the 2 safeties playing high, they playing cover 4. It looked like they just didn't know what they was doing halftime. And we all knew this was coming at some point. This was coming at some point. You know, I'm gonna assess the whole year. It looked like a team. This whole year looked like a team that's just been not on the same page. You know, whether it's defense, the whole deal. Offensively, while they still been struggling to find an identity. whether they're gonna throw the football or they're gonna run the football. This the first year. Let's call it what you call it. Don't have an explosive running back whatsoever. You don't have an explosive running back. You go in there thing.
You don't allow them to be explosive either, though. When you don't run the ball, whenever the numbers tell you have 7 in the box. I mean, dude, they had 7, and they had 6. You have more people than they have, and you're not doubling up to the second level, not stealing an offensive lineman, putting them on a linebacker, none of that shit that makes it soft edges for Kennedy Brooks to run through. You're over there playing counters and trying to slow grind, get everything, and Baylor's just running that shit from the backside and getting there in the backfield. On like easy, simple stuff, man. Watching that game, it was easy, simple stuff, Jarrail, that you looked at like, well, damn, they could have easily done that. Nope, didn't try to, didn't care to.
He should have got the ball on the edge to receivers. Well, those guys can soften it. You can get out the box. You haven't had a receiver catch a bubble, take it to the house, or anything like that.
Hold on, what you say? Run bubble and soften up what? The box is already.
Get them out. Get them out the box. Get them out the box.
What you mean? It's soft, Jarrail. 6 versus 7 is soft as it'll get.
Hey, I know, but also put the ball on the edge and let those guys, get some guys.
That's their identity now. That's the only identity they have, Roof.
That's shitty,
yeah, they like that.
Shitty identity. If you put 6 in the box and you have a tight end in the box, Jarrail, that is barbecue chicken all day long. Downhill.
It should be. It should be. But let's look at it. We couldn't run the ball versus Kansas.
Yep.
We couldn't run the ball versus Texas Tech. So the next best thing is to throw the ball out there. I'm gonna tell you right now. If you saying the receiver is supposed to be the best part of this team is what I look at it.
Nope,
put the ball in their hands. Put the ball in their hands. Let something happen on the edge. And them dudes did absolutely nothing. They got covered up all day long. I think at one point in time, that kid had 12 yards of passing.
And the thing is they're being way more physical than our wide receivers. I'm sorry, but them cats fold when forget a PI, bro. And then on the other side, how many runs or passes where they wash the whole side and cut back and they're 8 yards deep before they even get touched, and then they pop one. They throw a fade in the red zone, and we're not within 5 yards. All set up.
The thing about it is,
all set up. I get if our defense is being physical, but bro hits him. I get a late hit, but you horse collar and face mask. Just let him run out of bounds.
Hey, the thing that really kind of make you mad is you had an off week. You had a bye week. You had a bye week to really get. You had a bye week to where you can get physical as you want to come out of it. It just looked like they was unprepared for what they was gonna see. And Aranda has had success. He goes back to when he was at LSU, and he did the same thing against him. He came out, so he's had success against him. Overall, man, we knew this was coming at some point, sometime, and it came at a bad time. And the thing that get me is all three of us played Oklahoma. We've never been disrespected like this team has been disrespected. This team is a 9, and they was 9-0 and had 8. So if I'm sitting there at the receiver and I'm watching it and I'm ranked number 8 and I'm 9-0, I got a bye week. I'm mad as it is right now. I'm mad so when I get on that field, I may get a personal foul myself because I'm gonna cut somebody out. I'm gonna draw somebody in the ground. But we're gonna play this game a different way. Them cats played the game as I think the fans were disrespected than they was at what they ranked.
The one team, go ahead. The one team, you're right on that. The one team, Roof, I want to hear your thoughts on the scheme that Baylor ran. The one team that we lost to that ran a similar scheme to that, the only team was fucking USC, brother. Other than that, you rush 3 or 4, you're going to have a long day against Oklahoma, bruh. A long day. Because that pocket's going to be 4 or 5 seconds deep, and we running the ball at will. You ain't bringing your linebackers up on scrimmage.
But here's the thing, though. The difference between all of us playing different eras, but with the same head coach. With a bye week and being disrespected, that game was going to be as physical as possible when we stepped on the field. He may not have threw a pass at all. He was going to come in. That game was going to be physical, but it came from the players. It came from the players, not the coaches. So the players came in and made sure that thing was right.
Our bye week would not have been the same, Roof, if we was 9-0 and ranked number 8. You're not getting off on Wednesday, bro. You're not going home on Wednesday, dog. You staying on Thursday and maybe Friday.
But they take the mentality. Look, man. They take the mentality of the head coach. The whole entire team is taking the mentality of the head coach. From the off season, they have the same mentality of the head coach. From the end season, they have the same mentality of the head coach. Then you look at these people. You look at people on Twitter talking about Beanbo needed to evaluate the offensive linemen better and get better talent in there. I'm like, it's not the evaluation of talent; it's how they're developing talent. Because you're not going to go to high school and get a 5-star offensive lineman that has a body ready to play college football and get him on the field. And that kid is now all of us just don't need any workout offseason development to get there. Orlando Brown was 380 pounds when he got on campus. 380. Can't move. And by the time he left school, that man became a second-round draft pick. And the only reason he had his draft stock drop is because he performed poorly on the bench press and stuff. So you can't come sit in there and think that now all of a sudden Beanbo can't even coach an offensive line. That makes no sense. They don't get any push.
Woo.
Zero. The only reason they're running counter is so they can position themselves on people.
Misdirect people and get them out of their lane, and without physically moving them.
Right. You remember Cody Ford, and they absolutely abused this defensive lineman for Texas.
Texas, the bright, yep.
That man had talked trash, and they moved this man from one point to the next. This offensive line couldn't do that. If somebody talked trash to them, they couldn't do that if they wanted to. Say, you know what? We're going to physically move these people out of the way. Everything is position blocking because they don't have the strength to push people down the field. They don't have the strength on freaking defense. A 3rd and 15, and they push you 8 yards for a first down?
Push.
Whoa. Come on, bro. Come on now. It's just so many things that's going on in this game that we played this game. We've seen enough football to know, man, look, this is not an Oklahoma team that you're used to seeing. This is not how football is played at Oklahoma, and you just don't see the toughness that's there anymore. And I don't even want to say I don't ever want to be like that person to call out the guys and say, man, they're not tough and my error was this and my this was that. I don't care who the hell is the strength and conditioning coach, but you have to have somebody that's there that get the response that you need to be able to run a certain type of run game. And we don't have that. And from what you said, Jarrail, we get no explosive plays down the field. Where's your burners at?
We ain't got none. And that's what I'm saying. Like, they get on Twitter. You got the 4-star receivers. You got this. You got that. Where they at?
Where they at?
Before we pass to you, but Jarrail, you said it. But you've said it before, and people have got this is respectfully that we not getting a real 5 stars, dog. We gotta quit forget. First of all, Rufus, you are so right. If people don't think player development matters, look at Texas and Florida, 2 of the biggest states in the country football wise, and their main universities cannot keep players, cannot beat Kansas, cannot beat Samford. Okay, if you don't think player development matters in college, look no further, right? Secondly, go ahead.
Though, I mean, they ended up running them off the field, but
oh, they beat them.
Yeah, they beat them.
Last I heard, they was losing by 10. Did they lose? Did they beat them?
They beat them.
Okay.
Hey, now look, I'm gonna tell you something about Sam.
I was in a game, so you have to.
Yeah, they beat them. They beat them. They scored 70. I mean, it's
did they really?
Yeah, it was 70 to 52.
It was like 42-32.
It was 70 to 52.
There you go.
Yeah, they decided to turn it on and said, "Nah, y'all Stanford." Hey, hold on, wait a minute.
I apologize. Last I saw they was losing. I thought they had.
Hey, now they did. Now Dan had struggled with Sanford. Sanford beat us when we was at Mississippi State late in the year. They beat us about this time. But it's because you played that SEC schedule. You know what I'm saying? We caught them. They caught us after we played Arkansas when Arkansas was really good. And they came in, they beat us on the field goal. But going back to this team, man, this team they play with no emotion. Like you don't see them play the game with any emotion or any fire. Like, they make a big play, it's just like they just drop the football. Number one, if I'm a receiver and he throw that ball, he can hang all over me if it's one-on-one. I'm finna go up and get the football. I'm finna go up and attack the football at the highest level and get the ball. If I'm Marvin Mims, okay, it's cool. Somebody has to like nobody makes a play. And it start me being a kickoff return guy, being a return guy. Return the ball out the end zone, man. Get somebody. That's an offensive play. Set the tone, set the tempo. I understand you fair catch and all that, but at some point, man, you gotta. I can count on my one finger how many times they probably have brought the ball out the end zone in the last 3 weeks, and that's crazy to me because you got these 5-star receivers back there. Let Marvin Mills break one. Let's see if he can get one out of there. Let's see. Special teams always been something that was a staple for us at Oklahoma to get going.
Not no more. Just to kick.
Yeah, I mean, and if you watch that game,
it ain't even him now. Go ahead.
Hey, if you watch that game, them dudes played the game as if it was just like a Tuesday practice, like one of those Tuesday practice when everybody was installing where you kind of trying to figure things out. You had a bye week. So that bye week, you should have been as physical as possible. Then you come back, you in game week, you should have been excited to play because you on Twitter talk about this championship November. This is that. Yeah, ain't nobody scared of you no more. Ain't nobody scared of Oklahoma. When they line up and go for it on 4th down on a normal basis, it's nobody scared of you no more. So it's I mean, like I said, the coaches have to find a way to push a button to get them kids to play, man. I mean, you find a way to get them to play. The way I look at a D-line.
The only man that was honest about this shit was Grinch.
Yeah,
Grinch is
that's what I said. Like, it's been some type of Grinch been up front with you. Like, man, listen, we ain't practice hard. We ain't doing what we supposed to do. And that's something that they got to address. I mean, it can go one or two ways. They can lose the next 2 if they want to because Oklahoma State is physical as possible.
Listen. They not getting. Okay.
Hey,
when we were there, go ahead, Bruce. Go ahead. It cut off on him.
I said Oklahoma State want that action. They physical, bro. They want all the fight. Like
they want
no doubt. Our fans, bless their heart. Okay, when we move to the SEC, then you can start believing recruiting rankings. Until then, I don't want to hear it anymore. Okay, I don't want to hear it. When we played, okay, somebody would come in as a 3-star. Here's one. You didn't even have to believe when we played. They told me there were 21 better fullbacks than me. I was only a 3-star, and when I looked around to get drafted, only 2 of them got drafted in front of me. Okay, so you ain't got to believe them then. You ain't got to believe them now because the people that they're telling you are 4 and 5 stars that are coming here still have a lot of development to do. A lot of development, and we cannot, for the love of God, keep switching DBs out. I know I get it with linebacker too. I'm gonna go crazy. Is he a safety or is he a corner? Do we have safeties? Do we have corners? What?
But again, though, JD, like it goes back to on the offseason, as a head coach, I'm gonna say, look, you're gonna run one of these 5 stars off. If 2 people don't quit in the summer, the shit ain't hard enough. I need somebody ran off. So at least somebody know, look, we ain't playing around. Somebody got to go. You find out who's the weak link, and we going to go ahead and run them off, and we going to make this offseason so damn hard because I don't want to get pushed. I don't want to get pushed around. I want them to know we serious. And it doesn't seem like, as like with Jarrail, like, it doesn't matter to him. Like, it's just like another nonchalant-ass game, and we still just cooling and stuff. It don't matter. So you never ever had to put anybody in no pressure cooker or anything. If you have no pressure in the offseason to want to make workouts, to if I don't make it, this is going to happen. You have no threat, no pressure, no like everything on making times is pressure on everything that you do. Then how you expect to do this whenever the season starts? And there's no way you're going to be able to, there's no way you won't be, you could make this happen in season if you never had any kind of those things in the offseason. You didn't have the pressure of waking up late for 5 a.m. workouts and not making it and then having the threat of punishment. Now these boys, they say that shit. They don't make it the workouts, they don't make it the workouts.
Hey.
Who the Who the hell starts a practice week and don't want to practice? Not ready to practice. Who was ever come to practice not ready to thump? Like,
who's the hardest hitter on the team? Who's the 3 hardest hitters on the team? The 3.
Like, here's what's crazy when you got a player who come out and say we need to practice harder. Like that ain't never been like when Nick Benito say we need to practice harder. Like that ain't never been an issue whenever we was there. Like, man, you knew you was finna work. Like you knew you was finna work. The thing that gets me though, and I'm gonna keep saying it. It's just the whole attitude, the way they approached this game this week. You was disrespected for 2 weeks. Well, since the rankings came out, you've been disrespected. You number 8. You got Michigan ahead of you. You got all them ahead of you. The fans are more upset about the whole ranking than you. The fans are more upset about anything else than you are. And you take the field with that same type of attitude. And Baylor pushed us around. Let's be right. Let's be real with it. Let's be real.
Because
they pushed us around all the way around.
7 points, bro. With like what a minute? What we scored with a minute
left?
2 minutes. We had 7 points, bro.
Bro, we posers, bro. We've been posers, man. Like, and then for now, all of a sudden, Caleb Williams can't run the ball. There's no more QB run game. He breaks a 60-yarder against against Texas, breaks a 50 or so yarder against KU, and all of a sudden, the man can't run the ball no more. He has to become a pocket passer. There's no more QB run.
Here's what happened. That dude from Miranda, LSU, you forgot he faced OU when they had Jalen Hurts. He just rushed the pocket lane, made it stay in the pocket. Made it stay in the pocket, throw the football. He didn't do like everybody else. He didn't crash. He made him stay in the pocket. That's where it comes where now as a coordinator, I gotta adjust. They're not gonna let me get outside. So now I gotta give him some short routes, some quick balls, get the ball out. You know,
But again, on those first downs, though, they wasn't down. They didn't have a safety down on first down. Like they had a tight end. They had a tight end, and they didn't have a safety down. They put 2 high safeties the whole entire game. Tight end in the game, attached to the line of scrimmage. You don't have any like QB jet sweep because you have all the numbers. Nobody's account for the guy. All you're doing is a hat on the hat.
With 2 high safeties, he should better run the ball downhill. We should better run downhill.
They were doing counter.
It should have been a problem. Like he should have ran the ball downfield. But you know,
that's what I kept saying.
Also, something's not right when you gotta constantly play action to push the ball down the field. Like something's not right outside. When you gotta constantly I gotta play action to get the ball to get them open downfield. So something's not right. If I can't line up with these 4 or 5 star kids, and if you're gonna play quarters, I'm gonna hit you I'm gonna run hitches all day long. I'm gonna run hitches in the house all day long. At some point, they gotta break a tackle and make something happen. But if I gotta play action and to get the ball down the field, then my either one or two things. Either my receivers not getting developed like they're supposed to, or I made some recruiting mistakes on some guys. Some guys that supposed to be 4-4-4-3 guys ain't 4-4-4-3 guys. They 4-5, 4-6 guys. They can't get nothing. They can't make nothing happen. You know.
Ooh.
So that's what I'm looking at. If I got every deep shot is a play action cross route, something wrong. Yep. The pick that he threw, they went play action. The safety, the linebacker took off and ran underneath on the crossing route, right then and there. So something's not right, man. Like something is not right. In those receivers. I got Hazelwood. He's supposed to be a 4-star, 5-star receiver. I understand he's been hurt. Speed probably. Where's Marvin Mims? He's the guy. He's the deep guy. Where he at? Get him involved in the game. The kid you got from Mike Woods, the kid you got from Arkansas. He big, physical. Where's the one-on-one matchups? Because you can't create one-on-one matchups in that offense. You can create one-on-one matchups. What it's telling me is
you can't right now. If they
something's not right. Like something's not right on the outside. Something's not right.
A lot. You can look at. If one, Weiss is hurt. That's one. Hazelwood, they expect he's not just the overpowering dominant guy that we expected him to be. I guess Mims hasn't had the year that we needed. The Woods cat didn't have the games that we needed. The tight ends aren't the dominant blockers that we need. I hate to say it. The line damn sure ain't the dominant blockers.
Why the fullback ain't out there?
We don't want to go under center, Rufus. We don't want to go under center.
You don't even need him under center, but why he never plays? How many snaps did Hall have in this game?
That's a good question.
I don't even see him. I didn't see him.
He had a catch or two, one up the sideline. But I mean,
So I mean, from here, where do you go from here now? Like,
that's a great question, Jarrail. That's where we need. Yeah, that's a great question.
From here, you got to sit down and you got to assess what happened. You know, this has been leading up to it. Like, I mean, you got to look at this been leading up to it from ever since game 1. This been leading up to it. Now you face the coach who he got a legitimate defense who has success with you. So now you got Iowa State. They're gonna come in with they're gonna run the football at you. They're gonna run it downhill at you. They've had success beating you. Where you gonna go from here? Like what? Like, are they gonna respond and come back and come play? I mean, you playing at home. Are they gonna respond and come out and play lights out for the next 2 games?
Will we have over 120 yards rushing against Iowa State?
That's what we're gonna need.
You don't need that.
I think Texas had over 100-some yards rushing against.
You think we will?
Oof. I don't know, bro. We don't stick with it, man. And if they play that same coverage stuff that they've been playing for a long time, I don't think we stick with it. I don't think we stick and get the tough yards. I mean, Iowa State, you're gonna have to physically beat Iowa State, or Iowa State gonna physically beat you. They're not gonna let you get a bunch of big throws. They're not going to let you get a bunch of shit down the field. You're going to have to work your way down the field and beat them. And I admire that playing against a team like that. And Lincoln Riley has shown he doesn't want to grind the game out. It's all about the big throws and whatever. And the only time he wants to grind the game out is when he's up big and then it gets in the second half. Now all of a sudden he wants to run the ball to balance out the game. It's not balancing out the game. I mean, you got to be able to start in the beginning and believe and trust in your run game. He's trusting the throwing game, passing game more than he trusts in the run game, which should be opposite. You should have more trust in your run game than you have in your pass game, and your pass game is just a benefit of it because whenever you run the ball, it makes it easier to pass the ball. The windows are even more wide open. You have to bring a safety down. That you have to account for the people in the box. All that stuff opens up on the back end. But we thinking you got to dink and dunk or throw the ball deep to open up everything so you can run the ball. And they're giving you the run right now.
They didn't respect our play action, bro. They shovel pass was wide open, bro. It just could have faked it right here and just shoveled it to him. They had three D linemen. Everybody else dropped back. It was wide open.
Look, bro, Nebraska did it. Nebraska played guys deep, didn't bring anybody up in the box, and said, well, let's see if you're going to slowly beat us running the ball. Kansas did it. Everybody was backing up and said, hey, beat us throwing the ball. Beat us running the ball. Don't beat us throwing. Beat us running the ball. I want to see you run this ball up and down the field. See how long can you do it?
Yeah.
Or does it have to be the big throw? It has to be the crossing routes. It has to be those things. It has to be, look at this great play calling by Lincoln Riley who threw the ball left and right all up and down the field. Play design, blah, 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 blah. I mean, I don't see the creativity that he once had.
I'm with you.
In the run game when he had Kyler Murray, Baker Mayfield, and Jalen Hurts. Right now you have a guy that's similar to almost all those guys with a little bit of throwing talent and running talent. So where's the creativity that he once had?
His difference between him and them three was all transfers.
Right.
Already been through the fire. And now you got a guy who you got to really coach him up from ground zero, and he got to get it done. He got to find a way to get it done. You know, you talking about Baker Mayfield, who had already been through it, been at Texas Tech, come in, he knows the system, easy go. Kyler Murray at A&M, been through the fire, understand what's going on. You don't have to give him much. Jalen Hurts, he had to spend more time with Jalen Hurts than anybody else because he ain't never been in the system before. But Jalen Hurts been at Alabama. So he's been schooled up well. So a lot of it, these two guys he got now, Spencer Rattler and Caleb Williams are true freshmen. Now you got to really coach them up. Now you got to put aside the 5 stuff. You got to really coach them up and get in that room and get after it. So
Who you go with?
Well, and here's the other thing, Jarrail. So that people, because if for people who don't know that, one, there's a reason why freshmen typically don't play on defense or start. They rotate in. Quarterbacks, they usually don't start as freshmen. They usually redshirt. Well, if it's cover one, you're reading 1, 2, 3. If it's cover two, you're reading 1, 2, 3. If it's cover three, you're reading 1, 2, 3. If it's blitz this way, you're reading this. If it's cover 0, you're reading this. Those things take time to learn. That takes years.
And here's the other thing. Here's the other thing. Spencer Rattler, I mean, he brought in Jalen Hurts. So he didn't get a lot of time to spend with Spencer Rattler. Because let's look at it. Baker was here. Kyler can learn from Baker. Kyler can learn from Baker.
Right.
Kyler came in. Jalen was there. He kind of learned from him. But when Jalen Hurts came in, he not trying to school up the young kid Spencer Rattler because he's still trying to learn himself. So it wasn't. So as a quarterback, he's benefited from having guys been able to learn. Then when you got Spencer Rattler, you couldn't spend a lot of time with him because I'm trying to get Jalen Hurts up to speed on what he's doing, and I'm tinkering my offense with Jalen Hurts a little bit. Then you get hit with COVID, so you had really no communication with.
Those are all excuses. Shit, Alabama's starting a true freshman. Lincoln Riley's had this system for a long time, and shit, Alabama has a brand new offensive coordinator. Their offensive coordinator is over at Texas. I mean,
but here's the thing about Alabama though, it all stays in the same system. It ain't
well, Lincoln Riley is the offensive coordinator, so the system has been the same for the past 5 years, 6 years since Bob left. The system has been the same.
But it really wasn't the same with Jalen though. It really wasn't the same with Jalen.
Yeah, the only thing that changed was it's different with Jalen because they added way more QB run game.
No doubt.
Exactly.
Game. That's the only thing that changed. And
that also took away from the development of Spencer.
Right.
Because you teach the QB run game and you got to
because you teach a QB run game. Now you got to come back to it. So it's a lot going into, but it's no excuse. Those guys.
Nah, bro, it's none. I give him no excuse on this one.
I'm gonna give him a little bit of excuse because offensively wise, because we had to go through the COVID situation.
No excuses, no nothing. That man don't deserve none of it. He's an offensive genius. Everybody in the league has had the same things he had, and he has an abundance of talent from opposed to all the teams that he's going up against. He has all the talent. He has the 5-star in the league. He has the best offensive linemen, the pick of the litter of the offensive linemen. He has the pick of the litter running back wise. He has the pick of the litter on defense. And their development has been absolute shit. If you watch it on tape, on film, it's just not even there. And that's on them. Hey, is strength development not there? Speed development not there? Look, all the things we talked about today, right?
Right.
They don't get any explosive plays. They don't have any speed. They don't get any push at all. They don't have any strength. They don't have no good attitude. So they don't even have no toughness or zero toughness at all. We talked about speed, strength, and attitude, all things that are developed in the offseason. And now we're saying this guy's not had a chance to develop Spencer Rattler and all this and that stuff. No, they can't push nobody. They don't have no balls. Nobody's beating nobody up. Like you said, I would have got a 15-yard penalty because I would have drove somebody into the ground. When was the last time somebody pancaked somebody and got somebody into the ground?
Have not seen it. I wish I would. I with the NIL, I might pay him.
Hey, I try to give him the benefit of the doubt, man. Hey,
nasty. When was the last running back you seen super nasty stomp on your head?
Break 2 or 3 tackles.
I haven't seen it yet, my man. I'm just Jarrail. I want to give somebody a pass. There's no pass to be given.
I'm with you. I'm just trying to find a silver lining in what's going on. Being an offensive guy. Being an offensive guy. Hey, I just like I said, at the end of the day, it comes down to those coaches got to be able to get those kids to play. You say you got 4 or 5 stars. Here's what's really showing up. Are we getting a real true 4 and 5 stars?
That's what I said.
Are we getting the ones? Are we getting those ones that was left over after Christmas? That holiday left.
But if you're getting that 5-star, if you're getting a kid that's on the fringe of a 5-star, that kid still has a lot of talent. And then you telling me that he's coming in and you're not developing him into a fringe 5-star talent. You're not the develop. We keep coming back to the same thing: development, strength, condition, speed, attitude.
I'll say
and we're
this.
not doing none of it.
People will be so mad when they hear this, but y'all are both right, okay? But at the end of the day, we both, Ruth, with me and you especially, we saw Adrian Peterson come in, and that man didn't need much coaching, okay? But that same man, if he is coming out of high school this year, would not have OU or Texas in his top 5. Let's just make that clear.
Nope.
They wouldn't even be the top 5. They're not getting a visit, bruh. Bama,
There was the development,
Clemson,
though,
Georgia, LSU, A&M.
as much as you say AD didn't need a lot of things, he worked his ass off when he came there.
He did. No disrespect.
He worked out. I mean, he worked out like a mofo. And Bob Stoops as well told Adrian Peterson, look, I will win with you. I will win without you. And that man wasn't going to class.
Straight.
And that's a 5-star superstar running back. Sat his ass out of a game and everybody thought AD was hurt. And AD ass didn't go to class. And Bob Stoops sat him out. Say you're not going to play. So what that tells everybody else on the team? That man going to sit Adrian Peterson.
Yep.
At the same time, Schmitty ain't take no breaks on nobody. No matter who you was. Like he take no breaks on nobody. Like today coming in after here's what you really want to understand. Today coming in after a loss, does Benny Wiley beat him up? Or does he make him feel good?
Oh, I'm beating that ass.
Yeah.
We up in the morning. We up there like late night on the bus ride home. We over there like
thinking about it.
This Monday workout gonna be hell. When we get to practice, we probably gonna run like 4 3 triples. We running 3 triples for each quarter. Damn, bro.
Hey, I'm gonna just let y'all know. On the way home, y'all's phone would have started buzzing like, "Hey man, word is we got a team meeting tomorrow." Hey, what? That's what would happen. What am I talking? We got a meeting tomorrow.
Hey,
oh, damn.
We got a meeting.
Hey, you in the locker room looking at Schmitty trying to figure out what's on his mind right now. Hey man, like hey.
Oh, yeah. And Bob gave me one of those. Hey man, I'm not gonna be out physical. And you men, we were out physical in that game, and that's something that's a toughness thing. And that we're gonna get that fixed today.
Sir.
And you kind of look at each other like
that.
Damn.
Hey, he gonna hit you with that. You got 15 minutes to get on the bus. I don't want to hear all that. Hey. And when you hear that, hey, you got 15 minutes to get on the bus.
Hey, let's go. Let's go. Final thoughts, man. This has been great. Fans are gonna love it. I think we've echoed a lot of their sentiment. Ruf, just anything you haven't said that you want to say?
I just think this team has a lot ahead of them, but I think coaching wise, player wise, they got to go back and they all have to look themselves in the mirror and say, look, either we're going to be a physical team or we're going to be a finesse team, and we're going to live with the consequences of what it is. Because right now they look very finesse, and fans can be as upset as they want about the rankings and all that stuff. OU was ranked right where they needed to be because that's where they played themselves into. And yesterday was evident that they were where they needed to be. And for me, I hope they go back to the locker room, go back home. Hopefully, like he said, like Jarrail said, what is Benny want to beat him up? Is because those guys not getting the push, not being explosive. That's also indicative of him. It's not just the play calling. That's multi-level of what they're doing, attitude, all that. And if my strength and conditioning coach can't get the attitude adjustment of the team right, then as a coach, I'm doing the whole entire damn thing by myself. So that's my final thought. They need to go ahead. Somebody need to kick somebody's ass and get their grease hot.
Spoken like a true linebacker. I love it. What's up with you, Coach Jack?
Hey, if it's me, we come back. We going ones on ones. Damn what else we talking about? We finna put it down for 3 days. We going ones on ones. I want to see how my one's gonna run Iowa State's defense. My one's gonna run Iowa State offense.
Scrimmage under the light?
Huh?
Scrimmage under the lights?
Scrimmage under the lights. And it's not really a scrimmage. It's practice. But my one defense is gonna be Iowa State defense. And I want it physical. I want you coming in out. Everybody's off with go except for the quarterback. Go hit the quarterback. But other than that, we getting physical in practice. My ones is on Iowa State defense. My ones on offense. My twos may not even get a rep at all. But my ones finna go at it. And then on special teams, I'm challenging my special team guys Hey, I need a big play. I need something to happen. And then I'll go room by room. If I go in old line coach or ballistic, I'm Mangino in that thing, or I'm Kevin Wilson in that thing. I'm challenging your manhood right now. Hey, and I'm going to Lincoln Riley. And I say, hey, look, we run the football. We run the football 4 times in a row. We run down here. If I'm Kel Gundy, I'm Kel Gundy. I'm going in that thing and I'm challenging my inside receiver, which his guys have played well. The inside receivers have played well. Stoops and those guys, they have done what they asked them to do. But if I'm the receiver coach, I'm going in that room and I might take my watch off. I might take my jewelry off. If you're gonna disagree, you're gonna come to this front of the room and we gonna disagree and we gonna have it out. But I'm challenging man. I need some play. I need you to do something. And then if I'm defense,
I like
if I'm on defense, I'm Tim. I'm Jackie shipping them. And, I'm Jackie shipping them. I'm Jackie shipping them in the room. You know what I'm saying? I want to see what you want to do. And then that back end, I'm straight. Hey, y'all know how Mike was. Y'all know how Mike Stoops and Bob was and that Coach Stoops was in that thing. They gonna challenge him.
Boys,
so
hey,
it's a straight challenge. Like I would probably have a team meeting and I'll probably put up some of the worst plays of anybody on there, and we gonna see it. I want you to see what your teammates doing. Yeah. But coach, I'm coming in and I'm challenging them. And then on Monday, whenever they practice, it's ones-on-ones, man. Hey, you run this scout card for me. Which ones-on-ones? And I want it physical. I want to see what you all about. Jalen Redmond, I want to see you whoop. I want to see you whoop the O-line. I want to be to a point where, hey, you got to come out. I want to see you get physical. Kennedy Brooks, I want to see you run over Austin Meyer if you got one-on-one in the lane. That's what I want to see. I want to come out with a physical identity.
Hey, them boys, if it was us, they show all the bad plays. That little sliding door would be slammed, broke. Okay, you would have went up our meeting room. You would have walked past Coach Ship room, smoking cigarettes out the window with the film running, bro. And all of a sudden, afterwards, you do boom, 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 like some buffalo.
I mean, over there. As cool as Spurrier was, Spurrier came in there and got after us after we played Notre Dame. We dropped all them balls. Him and Leach, it was physical. And then at the end of the day, when all that was over on that Sunday practice, it was that one man down there was like on the line. And all the coaches walked off the field.
All of them, see you.
Hey, when you see them walk off the field and he say on the line, hey,
that's true.
Hey, you start thinking of all kind of prayers in your head just to let me get through what he about to bring to me.
Man,
but that's what need to happen.
On the flip side, we've all been on, we've been on teams where when they were 9-0 and they did handle shit the right way, things weren't like that. Schmitty was in a good mood. Bob was in a good mood. We were confident in our line. We were confident in our DBs. We were confident in throwing our defense out there first play of the game. We were confident when we were gonna get down to the goal line. The only debate was who was gonna score. Like, we were confident in those things. We could go on forever, man. This has been amazing. Hopefully, we don't get cycloned and we can come back next week and we can talk about puppies and rainbows and shit.
They gonna be looking for us on Saturday when we go to the game, Rufus. They gonna be trying to find us.
Excuse us, sir. You gotta
them coaches.
Yeah.
Them coaches.
I'll be in the stands mid row between the 50 and the 45. You can't tell me nothing. I'm a paying customer. Y'all suck. It is what it is.
That's real.
You gotta own it. Even Lincoln Riley complaining about the whole last kick thing. You play a better game, they ain't got to do it to get points so they can get break a tie. The way y'all playing, y'all gonna lose the last 2. Y'all gonna be in a tie with Baylor. That's how they look at it.
Facts on.
I don't blame them. The same shit.
All facts, no chasing. Hey man, much love to y'all. This is gonna be another great episode of Fullback U.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.